This video is about how Arcturian Reiki compares with other kinds of Reiki. I'm Colleen O'Brien and I'm an Arcturian Reiki master. In the spirit of full disclosure, I'm going to tell you right away that Arcturian Reiki is the only kind of Reiki that I am attuned to send at the point that I'm recording this video. So my experience with other kinds of Reiki is as someone who is receiving it, or from having talked to other Reiki masters for other kinds of Reiki, or by just having done some research looking into what the requirements are for other Reiki attunements. So the very first thing that I really liked about Arcturian Reiki was that there's no prerequisites. You don't have to know how to send any other kinds of Reiki in order to learn Arcturian Reiki. Now, if you already know other Reikis, if you've already been attuned to like practical Reiki or Usui Reiki or angelic Reiki, there's so many different kinds of Reikis. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It's absolutely perfect. But clearly, case in point, you don't need to have any other Reiki attunements in order to learn Arcturian Reiki. The second thing that really attracted me to Arcturian Reiki is that you can send the Arcturian Reiki over distance right away. In fact, the class that I took was given over the internet. It was online. So I was receiving the attunement via distance, and we were even doing practice sessions with other students in the class over distance. So the very first Arcturian Reiki that I sent was over distance. And from what I understand, there are other kinds of Reiki where you've got to take several different classes before you're able to give that Reiki over distance. You can do Arcturian Reiki in person, of course, but you're not limited to doing it in person, without having to take other classes. You can send it over distance right away. And, in this day and age, many of us have online clients or even people who are local. It's just so convenient to be able to do it over the phone or over a video call that I really think really opens it up and makes it so much more accessible. So that was one of the really big things that attracted me to wanting to learn Arcturian Reiki. The third thing is that you don't need to use hand positions when doing Arcturian Reiki. If you've seen some of my other videos, you'll notice, well, if you've got your eyes open while you're receiving it, I do move my hands, and that's just the way that the energy flows. The more and more that I practice this Reiki, the more that I find that my hands do want to move, but there aren't any, required hand positions to use in order to send this kind of Reiki. Now, if you know hand positions, if you feel guided to do hand positions, if you want to move around in different ways for your client, whatever makes you or the client feel comfortable, that's all absolutely perfect. But it's not a requirement within Arcturian Reiki. You don't need to use particular hand positions. And finally, the last thing that I find is really different between Arcturian Reiki and any other kind of Reiki is how fast moving the energies are with Arcturian Reiki. Most of the sessions in Arcturian Reiki, in my experience, only last about 20 minutes because the energy just moves that quickly. I've received other kinds of Reiki, and some of those sessions are 45 minutes to an hour, which again is beautiful and very healing, but I like setting my clients' expectations that this is pretty quick. It's not going to feel rushed, but it's not something that that they're going to have to take out a big chunk of their time to do. So I think that's a really unique part of Arcturian Reiki as well, is how quickly the energy moves with this kind of Reiki, that you don't need a great span of time in order for it to be effective. So those are the 4 things that I am highlighting in terms of how Arcturian Reiki is different from other types of Reiki. And the first is that you don't need to be attuned to other Reikis in order to learn and send Arcturian Reiki. The second is that you can send it via distance right away. You don't have to take multiple classes in order to have that attunement to send it via distance. The third is that there are no hand positions that are required or necessary in order to send this Arcturian Reiki. And fourth, it is a very fast moving energy. The sessions tend to be very quick. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any other questions, please do reach out to me in the comments or via my website. The link is in the description. I'll move over here so that you can see my other Arcturian Reiki playlist. And of course, click on the link to subscribe to my to my YouTube channel so that you can see when I upload other videos. So thank you so much for watching. Again, I am Colleen O'Brien, Arcturian Reiki Master.